This is the Global Economic Commodities Scrap Metal and Recycling Report by our BENLEE roll-off trailer and lugger truck, July 6th, 2020. COVID-19 update. Forecasted U.S. deaths remain high at 179,106 through October 1st, with a mind-numbing 129,947 dead in just 17 weeks. Bad news is hospitalizations are at a record level in some cities, and the percent of positive tests have increased from just 3 to 4% to 15% plus in multiple major cities, with the daily death rate forecasted to spike up. The great news is treatments have greatly improved. U.S. weekly steel production was steady at 1.24 million tons as the U.S. is partially reopening, but as some areas are closing again. Oil price rose to $40.32 a barrel, near a multi-month high, as there is demand increases combined with massive global production cuts. The U.S. oil rig count fell to 185, a 10-plus year low, down a staggering 88.5% from the high, as low prices keep the oil rig count down. U.S. oil production was steady at 11.0 million barrels per day, as low prices and the U.S. government commitment to OPEC and Russia to lower U.S. production is holding. Iron ore fell to $101.50 per ton and remains fairly high as China's economy is back in a growth mode. Scrap steel number one heavy melt export buying price, Philly, fell to $210 a gross ton on okay demand and some supply increases. Scrap steel number one heavy melt composite price was steady at $210 a gross ton, as there is slight downward pressure on prices. Hot rolled coil steel fell to $23.85 per hundred on a small demand increase, but more supply in the market. Copper rose to $2.72 per pound, a multi-month high, and is $2.76 this morning as the global economy continues to reopen. Higher copper prices are a very positive global economic indicator. Aluminum rose to 71.7 cents, near the multi-month high as well, on the same global economy reopening. China's Caixin Manufacturing Index for June rose to 51.2, the highest since December, as output and new orders grew for increased China demand, but exporters fell on weak global demand. U.S. new jobs pre-February had a 10-plus year steady growth trend, then crashed. June's jobs jumped a record 4.8 million, a great number, but we have a long way to go. The U.S. unemployment rate, see this 75-year history chart, fell to 11.1% in June, which is great news, but the number of unemployed remained 7.6% and 12 million people higher than February. U.S. coal mining jobs rose slightly to 43,800, but near 100-plus year lows, as the promised high-wage, clean coal explosive job growth has not happened. U.S. ISM Manufacturing Index. Note the tax cut peak in mid-2018, not the forecasted growth trend, as the tax cut sadly became just a one-time sugar high on the economy versus a forecasted beginning of a new growth trend. The good news is, in June it rose to a solid 52.6 with solid new orders. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 811 points to 25,827 as governments around the world borrow and pump trillions of dollars, euros, and more into the economy. As they say, don't fight the Fed. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions. We hope all have a safe and profitable week.